A little sponsored ad for them.
Why not? Little marketing never hurts.
Well, yeah. You know when they do that on talk shows on TV, the next day the company sends stuff over. Did you know that?
Nope, I didn't know
So
that.
if Powerade wants to send a case of blue drink to both of us, I am not going to be sad about it.
Right.
That's our favorite. Oh, let me clarify: zero sugar. Yes,
Yep.
yes, because we got the diabetes, like Austin calls it in my oldest book. We got the diabetes, and
Yeah.
so we need the zero sugar one. And
Yep.
you know what? It's just as tasty as the sugar one. I've had them both. They're both tasty.
Yeah, I think the zero sugar actually tastes a little bit better to me. So,
And the one thing I noticed, it's got to be cold. It's got to make it cold. All
I
right,
mean,
go
yeah,
ahead.
cold does make it better, but it's good even if it's not.
It's not good hot though.
No,
It's
but
got
a
to be
little
room
warm if you have to
temperature
drink
cold.
it, it's okay. But yes, cold is best.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't like it with ice really because ice waters it down if it melts too fast.
Um, I like it with ice too. I've decided that it's basically grown up Kool Aid.
Oh, well, yeah, pretty
Really,
much.
grown up Kool Aid, and I am into it. I love it. I tried the blue one at your house, and I'm like, I'm hooked. I'm hooked. And I
I
gotta
know
try
you
the
come
other
over and you
flavor.
ask for the blue drink.
I'm like, you got any blue drink? And you're like, yes, or no, and then I'm sad.
Yep. But
And then you,
other people like it and they buy it all sometimes, and I don't get to get any. And then I'm sad.
and sometimes when you order on Walmart.com and they bring it to your house, you're like, I want three blue drinks, and you get zero blue drinks because they're out.
Yep,
That's what happened to me last time.
that's a thing for sure.
I'm like, I got two grape drinks, one red drink, zero blue drinks. But you know what? The grape drink is real good, so is the red drink. It
Basically, if it's
reminds me
Powerade,
of
it's good.
fancy Kool Aid.
Yep.
Except for it's got these magical things called electrolytes.
So it's healthier grown up Kool Aid.
Well, yeah, and there's zero sugar in it, so we can have it all day, every day. Well, we should probably bring Sonya on. She's an author, and I'm excited to interview her. And so her name is Sonya Bennett, and let's bring her on.
Hi,
Hi,
Sonya.
Hi.
Sonya.
Good afternoon, ladies.
Oh, you look so pretty. Look at you.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Thank you. You both do too. I love your kimono, Wanda.
Thank
Thank
Cindy, you
you.
you.
look so comfortable.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
Yes.
her bangs. I'm living for her bangs. She can't.
Thank you. I keep playing with them because they're still new to me. I've only had them for a little over a week, so
Yeah,
I keep playing with them.
yeah.
Are they getting on your nerves? Do they feel like it's
No, I
little
just like
spiders
them.
on your face? Oh, okay,
Nope.
that's good.
No, I used to wear them all the time, but it's been years, so now it's getting used to them again, and it's like I keep wanting to touch them and play with them and
Yeah.
do stuff to them.
Yeah,
I get it.
for sure. For sure. Gotta love wearing your hair different ways. And now mine's so short, it's like, is it gonna spike up today? And am I gonna wet it down? Or do I care today? Today I care because
Yeah,
we're shooting
yeah.
TV
Alex
today.
did that. Alex has very short hair now, and it's the same thing. It's like, do I just put a cap on, or do I wet my hair and have mom help me brush it out and get it to where it lays down? Because now that he's cut it short, he has cowlicks everywhere.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
That's her 21-year-old that just
Yep.
had a
Oh,
birthday.
Yeah.
oh yeah, we
He
just
When
had
his hair
celebrated
was longer, we didn't know he
21.
had cowlicks because his hair is so thick, so it's heavy.
Oh,
Yeah.
And now that it's short, it's all fluffy and bouncy. And then he's got these little pieces. Okay, I'm gonna stick up, and this is like I'm gonna be out
Yeah.
here.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
adorable.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's
Yeah.
embarrassing for him at 21, but yeah,
Yeah.
it sounds adorable.
Gotta wear
Yeah.
a hat. Just put a
I just
hat
got
on.
like, really, mom, you're calling me out here. Sorry, not sorry.
Yes.
Baby,
Always be a
baby.
baby.
Come
Yes,
here.
always.
Tigra wants to say hi to everybody. Hello, Tigra. Come say hi. Say hi.
Hi,
She's like,
Fuzzy
nope, I'm
Fuzzy.
out.
Oh,
Nope, I'm out.
puppy.
She's pretty baby. She wants petted, and I'm like, come here. I'll give you all the pet. And she doesn't want to get on camera though. She's shy. She's
Aw.
being shy and coy. Oh, there you are. Can you see her tail at least? Yeah.
Yes, we saw the back of her head.
Yep.
She's like, no.
It's
She's
like
literally
Ginger.
right next to me, looking at me, and you guys can't even see how cute she is.
Yeah, I think we had one episode where Ginger walked across my laptop.
Oh my gosh, how cute.
So fun, so fun. Our kitty's fun. Okay, so let me see here. What questions we got for you? So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Sonya Bennett. I reside in Detroit, Michigan. Um, so as we were talking about Torrid and their different coats, I definitely am well aware of their winter coats. I just love Torrid. But yes, I live in Detroit, Michigan. I just celebrated a birthday on Friday. I just turned 52, and I have a
Happy belated
10-year-old daughter.
birthday.
Thank you so much.
Happy
I
You're
birthday.
have a
welcome.
10-year-old daughter, and she's about to
Aw.
go into fifth grade next week. So I can't wait to get her back to school. It's been a rough summer. We've not done much of anything. I am an author. I have done a couple of contributions to some books with Angie B. A compilation that she did called Confinement Chronicles, and I've done a couple of contributions to that. And I also have done some of her audiobook narration. So that has been my quarantine work, is being an author and also being a narrator for her projects.
Oh, that's awesome.
Thanks.
That's awesome. I love that. And let me see here. That's awesome to be a part of that. So tell us about your creative side.
It's something because I have a creative side in terms of coming up with different ideas, and I always support people and their ideas. However, I don't consider myself creative. I don't draw. I used to play the violin when I was younger, but I don't consider myself creative. But I guess it really depends on the umbrella of creative, because I definitely enjoy writing, and um, I like to draw. I'm not good at it, but I like to do it. I really, my daughter likes anime, so I've gotten into watching different things about anime, and it's so interesting to me how YouTube, you can just be a creator and just sit and talk to your best friend on the couch, and even uh, display
Yeah.
different things that are creative. So yeah, I do have a creative side, and I just have to really hone in on it. Wanda, I heard that you've written several books, right?
Well, I'm working on some books. They're not done yet, but yes.
So, see, that's my issue too, is that I started a book during quarantine because here in Michigan, we were quarantined where we couldn't leave the house, unless it was for an emergency. And I wrote a few things about it. Some stuff was funny, some stuff wasn't. And I really wanted to finish that book, and I just have so many chapters of it, just in different books everywhere. Notebooks where I hand wrote them. I really need to
Mhm.
sit down and compile those one day, while it's still relevant.
Yeah, I think
And
that would do great because everybody can relate.
yes,
Yep.
Everybody
yeah,
can relate. It's a
hmm,
shared experience, but all of our experiences are different.
Right.
yes,
Yeah,
definitely. We were all in the
yeah,
same
because
boat.
we didn't go anywhere for about a year and a half unless it was to like the doctor or the store, and that was it.
Right. Right. I mean, I lived with Amazon coming to, I mean, I still do, but Amazon was definitely my friend, just constantly bringing me things and, just that retail therapy of, oh, okay, well, I can't get out, so let me have something from the outside world come to me.
Right. Yeah.
It was a very scary time, but
Hmm.
I guess we're
Well,
coming out of it.
yeah, and the wonderful thing is, I think it's actually giving more business to grocery stores that they're doing the online ordering and the
Yes, yes,
delivering, and if they accept EBT or not, and where you
right.
shop, where you spend your dollars at. And
Yeah.
so we do the Walmart delivery, and it has been a lifesaver. We've been doing it since March, and I'm like, how have we missed this? This is like the best thing ever.
Where's it been all your life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like I wish they would have done this earlier, because there are so many stores are in. Not that I want to start on my soapbox or anything, but so many stores are in competition with Amazon. Fresh and things like that.
Mhm.
And we ourselves here in Spokane have two warehouses, so we get things really super fast because we got
Oh,
two
wow.
warehouses right here.
Yeah.
And so it's like, where do you want to spend your dollars?
Right.
Yeah. And
Right.
so I
Yeah.
say do what you want to do. I'm more of a keep the money local if I can.
Yep.
Mhm. Mhm.
And so
Yeah.
it's like I don't mind spending the money with Amazon when I do, because I know it's keeping local people in jobs, and I know shopping at
Right.
Walmart is keeping local people in jobs. So that's just
Yeah.
kind of the mindset, because when I grew up with my grandparents, and they were all like in the 80s. It was Shop America. Remember, like that was
I
the
do.
thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Made in America, proud to be American. Everything was
Mhm.
all about being proud to be an American, and
Right.
And so, oh, looks like it's commercial break. We'll be right back with Sonya and Cindy. Thank you.
Okay.
When it seemed like the world had stopped, as if our normal would never be again. Confinement Chronicles.
Still, there were those who held fast to hope. These are their stories. From teachers to dads to nurses on the front line, they have chronicled their messages of hope. Confinement Chronicles, now available. Order today on Amazon, also available in audiobook or at laderopress.com.
Confinement Chronicles.
Confinement Chronicles. This next contribution was written by my baby sister, Sonya Bennett. It is entitled, "And the Band Played On." For as long as I can remember, music has been a part of my life. 45s spinning on the record player while we cleaned up on Saturday mornings, learning to play the violin in 3rd grade, singing in the cherubic young adult Mumford High School choirs, and the list goes on. My father is a singer. My sister is a former pianist. My mother loved dancing, and one sister is a cellist. Music has always surrounded me. I think of the Titanic, and as the ship's occupants were evacuating, according to the movie, the band played on. In the midst of this pandemic, I think of that tenacity and dedication as seemingly everything around us is deteriorating. Contact the author for your copy. Soundtrack produced by DJ Shaheem. Audiobook produced by Angie B. Productions.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Here's Cindy and Sonya.
Hi.
Hi, Cindy.
Hi.
Hi. Welcome back.
And
Thank
guess who
you.
was on the commercial? Woohoo!
I
And by
took
the
off
way,
my
I
background.
painted this painting at Cindy's house. The painting right here
Mm-hmm.
at Cindy's house.
Of the ocean.
Uh huh.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, this is very sweet.
interesting. Good
Yes.
job. Yes, it's an abstract picture of the ocean.
I love it. It's
Me
beautiful.
too. I love it too. I think it's so pretty.
It
Yes.
is very pretty.
All right, so let's see. Okay, where were we? We were talking about what you like, what about you and your
Yeah.
creative side, and what made you just decide to write in Confinement Chronicles.
So while we were quarantined here in Michigan, because our governor, and I love her, she really she made a hard decision that some things just needed to close down for a while so that we could all stay in and try and get through this pandemic. And I was my daughter's virtual teacher for third grade and fourth grade. And though she had teachers in fourth grade, it was really difficult to keep her focused. So I found myself having to kind of do some homework next to her. And in that, I went back to a love that I've had since elementary school, which was writing. And as the commercial was talking about, one of the contributions when the doors of the church closed, I I've never known a time when you couldn't at least go to church. And I'm very, very integral in my church, and it was so sad that we couldn't go to church anymore. We couldn't gather. So
Yeah,
I started writing, and we started streaming, which was a new thing for us. And so that brought about, good change in terms of we started having new viewers and things of that nature. But it really, being in the house all the time, it broadened my desire to just express myself. And my best way was to express in writing. And when Angie B told me about the Confinement Chronicles, I just felt like it would be a great way for me to express myself, because it was very frustrating to be at home all the time, especially for my daughter. She's very social, but it was frustrating for me as well, just trying to keep her focused and entertained. And I mean, our home became our everything: the office,
oh
the
yeah,
classroom, the playroom. It was her birthday. I remember for her birthday party, my sister suggested that we have a virtual party, which I thought was horrible. Just, what do you mean? I can't just set up a screen and have her friends chime in. But it turned out to be wonderful. She just really enjoyed herself, and I even made that a part of the contribution that I wrote about, just the different ways that we began to express ourselves during that time virtually. All the Zooms and um, the virtual classrooms, and like you said, Amazon and different companies who stepped up and um, made things a little easier for us to not have to leave the house. So that
yeah,
just gave me more time to write.
yeah, for sure. It did. It opened up kind of like a new way of being and living.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
then some places it was very lucrative for. Some places had to figure out how to maneuver, and then unfortunately, some places didn't make it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or hopefully, maybe they'll get to try it again once things open up more.
Right.
Like restaurants really suffered, and that's why they did, well,
Definitely.
drive up and we'll bring it to your car,
Mm-hmm.
or they started delivering when they didn't deliver before.
Right.
And then they have the contactless delivery, and
Yeah.
so people really had to step up their game to figure out how to make it work with
Right.
that.
Right.
And then also a lot of people that have creativity were able to express it during this time because we have so much downtime because, I mean, think about it. We used to run everywhere. We go
Yeah.
everywhere all the time.
Hmm.
And it's like, nope, store
Right.
doctor. If you're going to the hospital, it's got to be a serious thing to leave the house.
Yeah.
And so
Right.
I
Right.
mean,
we were
that's
so
why,
excited to get it.
yeah, that's why I
Yeah.
learned up how to do the barrettes that I do. Is
Yeah.
I mean, I had downtime. I took a little something you taught me, and then expanded on it and taught myself how to do something completely
Hmm.
new out of it.
Yeah. She makes really pretty barrettes
Oh, that's
for your
awesome.
hair.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And I do fascinators, is what I make out of feathers, peacock feathers.
Oh, okay.
So they're real pretty. I'll have to
Yeah.
wear one sometime when my hair is long enough and they show it off and go, here come the fascinator. Boop, 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 boop,
Yeah, she taught me how
Yes.
to. Yeah, she taught me how to do the fascinators, and then
Mm-hmm.
when I had all that free time, I was like, what can I do that's my own thing, but
Yeah.
that's, I've got to start on how to do it. So,
Yeah.
Right.
and then what do I really like? Well, I love butterflies. I love color. I love
Yeah.
flowers.
Yeah.
And I started using, colorful feathers and different colored felt and butterflies and flowers to make,
Mm-hmm.
you know, my hair pretties. They're fun
They're
to
so
make, and
pretty.
That's good. Yeah.
So
yeah.
pretty.
That's actually this hairband. I wish I could remember the name of the company. It was a small company that I had the pleasure of meeting last year in Florida. Was it last year? Maybe it was 2 years ago now. Sometimes it feels like one of those years didn't exist because we
Yeah.
were, stuck inside. And but
Hmm.
I love this little thing because it
Yeah.
has um a pipe cleaner in it, so it's
Uh-huh.
easy to twist and make into like a little rose. And
Yeah.
it's, oh gosh, I wish I'll have to check with Auntie B and see if she remembers the name of the vendor that I bought this from. But I
Good idea.
definitely admire you ladies who can come up with crafty things like that to sell, especially during with the holidays coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had different ideas, but I haven't capitalized on them as I should, and I should change that.
Yeah. I'm kind of the same way. I make wreaths as well for different holidays and different
Yeah.
seasons.
Mhm.
And I've never tried to sell them, but I just had a friend from out of state visit on Friday, and she's like, you need to sell these. And in
Yep.
fact, you start making some for Halloween and for other stuff. And you know what? I'm going to buy some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I'll
Beautiful.
be doing centerpieces, and because I do centerpieces as well, and wreaths and stuff for holidays as well for
Oh, that's
people.
great.
You know what
Wow,
was
if you made one for Halloween that could be like a door hanger,
that's
and
what they are.
then, just a simple thing where you could hang a little basket that the candy's in, and then the kids could come and just get it off your door. Because
Right.
I don't get a lot of kids that come to my door any longer, but well, I didn't through the pandemic, but I do have candy out there, and sometimes I have to put it on a stool because even though it's cold in Michigan by the end of October, there are still sometimes ants, and I don't want, the
Mhm.
ants to get to the candy.
Right.
So
It's
if
the
it was
same thing
hanging on the
here.
door, that would be great. Then it's too high for the ants to really get to it, and
Yeah.
still convenient for the kids to be able to just grab it. And
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good
Yeah,
idea.
it's something to think about to figure out how to do some of that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to play with that idea.
Okay.
Well, I had an idea with that is what if you make your original wreath
Hmm.
for the holiday and then you tie, you know, something to the bottom or have a little wire hanger or something that could hang the little basket or the bin or whatever you're going to put the candy in. You
As
just
long as you
hook
keep
it to
it
the bottom.
light, that could
Yeah.
work. You would have to
Right.
probably go out and fill it often. But
Yeah.
the good thing with that is it keeps kids, because there's always that greedy kid in the bunch that will try to take the whole basket.
That's right.
It
That's
kind of makes it
right.
so that they can't take away the fun from other kids. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about other places, but here we had adults doing the same thing, actually going around and stealing whole baskets full of candy that people
Oh,
left
that's
out.
terrible.
So, I mean, again, it kind
Yeah.
of would help prevent that So it's kind of, it does both. It lets it be fun for the kids, and it also keeps those not so nice ones from being able to take advantage too.
Right. Yeah. That's a great
Plus,
idea.
it's pretty and fun.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah,
That's
put
my big
some
thing. It's pretty and it's fun.
yes, yes. Put some
I
orange LED lights around it,
yeah,
just to make
Yeah.
sure
that'd be
people can
really
see it and
cute.
things. Yeah.
You know what would be really cute, except for you can't make it scary, like a little scarecrow that holds the basket in the chair. Wouldn't that be
Oh,
cute?
that would be
Yes.
Little
cute.
baby scarecrow
Yeah.
with a cute little smiley face, so it's not scary to babies.
Yes,
Right.
you don't want to scare them. That's the
No,
worst.
no. On some of the houses, they make too scary, and I'm like, well, a baby can't go up to that house. That's too scary.
Right.
Are you
All
kidding me? Some
right,
of them, my
so
21-year-old won't even go up to the house on some of them.
were you affected by COVID at all?
Yes, I had to leave my full-time job. Well, at the time I was working as a special education teaching assistant for a
Mm-hmm.
school, and then when we had to all come home, though they still did some hybrid, I had to be home with my daughter full time. Being
Mm-hmm.
an older parent, then my parents are older, so I had to basically sacrifice working to be at home with her. And that was probably the most difficult thing, was just changing my new normal from going to work every day to just being here all the time. So thank God my family didn't lose a lot of people. We did have a few seniors who passed away in the beginning.
Oh, I'm
Just
so
not
sorry.
they thank you. We didn't know what it was. It was the
Thank
flu
you,
and
dear.
things of that nature. But that was my biggest change, was just being at home on a
Okay.
full-time basis for my daughter, and not
Yeah.
working. So yeah, that
Sorry
was
about
my
that. Cat came to
biggest.
say hi and then got caught in my
Okay.
headphones.
That
Oh
happens. That definitely happens.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Um, so tell us about your daughter. You've been talking about her. Tell us some more.
Yeah, I have a 10-year-old daughter. She is so, so incredible. She has a great personality and just
Mm-hmm.
very bubbly.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely during our quarantine time, her personality changed a lot. I learned a lot of things about her, but she also started to turtle a little bit, started to get
Right.
a little introverted. So I'm glad that
Right.
she's back at school. But she loves to draw. She plays the violin.
No.
She's also done some audiobook narration, and I love her. She has just really changed my life. At 40, I
That's
never would have thought
amazing.
that I would have gotten pregnant, and a successful pregnancy at that. I didn't have any children before. So she was a blessing to my life. She kind of calmed me down. I was a little bit wild in my 20s and 30s, and um by the time I was turning 40, I just decided it was time for me to grow up, and I asked
Yeah.
God to just give me something, a change, just something to really focus on, and I got pregnant. So she is
Yeah.
definitely my blessing, and
Oh,
I just have really enjoyed being her mother. She has changed my life. She really
Good, good.
has.
And I
that's
think I'm
amazing.
pretty sure I saw the flashing for the commercial.
Oh, did I miss it?
I saw it a
Oh,
couple times now.
okay. Well, it's time for a commercial. We'll be right back.
Okay.
It is wonderful to have you all here with Contessa's Court. Contessa's Court airs Fridays at 7 p.m. It started August 5th. For advertising and more information, please send an email to contessascourt@gmail.com. We thank you so much for watching the show. Contessa's Court is sponsored in part by Lolo's social media promotion. blowing up your book, business, event, or ministry with content and comments. Laretha Simon is our social butterfly. Contact Laretha by sending an email to larethapromotes@gmail.com. Laretha has affordable payment plans and several satisfied customers. September is Alopecia Awareness Month, and we invite you to join us in Daytona Beach, Florida, for the 6th annual Bold, Beautiful, and Bald Beauty Bazaar Weekend Retreat. It takes place September 15th through the 18th. Here you'll meet Dr. Barb Buchanan, an alopecia and mental health professional from Texas. You'll also meet Tiffany Tyson Green. She is a Deltona, Florida resident, an inspirational educator and entrepreneur. We are excited that Pepsi has returned as our product sponsor, and we invite you to join us. Thanks again for watching Contessa's Court. We'll be back in just a bit. Everybody needs a little TLC. Transformational lifestyle content. 90 days of self-love and self-care, cultivating body, mind, and spirit. Presented by Tawan Lowe. You may find the affirmative expressions to be useful. Produced for audiobook by Angie B. Productions and narrated by me, the Queen Bee, Angie B. From Inspired, the Alopecia Awareness Special Edition. Visit laderopress.com. 9 brave souls share their alopecia journey in this Confinement Chronicles Special Edition. Online everywhere. Hashtag I refuse to stop being me. The Alopecia Awareness Edition. Encouraging testimonies birthed out of the 2020 pandemic. Stories written and compiled by Angie B. and Barty Productions. Published by Ladero Press. Inspired. Reading for the whole person. It's almost time, so get ready. My mind falling into beautiful. My body falling into beautiful. If you missed us in January, did you miss it? Did you miss it? Just breathe. You're invited. The RERC Incorporated presents 3 awesome days of discovering our beauty. My mind, my body, and my spirit. How does God define your beauty? How do you define your beauty? Join us Thursday, October 6th, 2022 for a day of prayer and words of wisdom. Friday, October 7th, 2022, there'll be shopping, workshops, and the Word. Saturday, October 8th, 2022, the Word, the Knowledge, the Fun, RERC, and Women by Design presents Falling into beautiful at Omega Baptist Church, Dayton, Ohio. Did we mention shopping? New Attitude Boutique will be there Friday and Saturday. Early bird registration starts August 1st for only $25. All proceeds will benefit Girls Empowered and Mentored to Success Scholarship Fund. Reserve your space today at the RERCincorporated.org. Our girls graduate high school. For more information, send an email to the RERCincorporated@gmail.com. Reverend Don Martin says, I can't wait to see you. Beautiful. Promotional consideration for this event is sponsored in part by NGB Productions. Confinement Chronicles. Out of the mouths of our babes. Look at me.
Sometimes people always go out and mommy sees them in the store. They don't have masks, they don't have gloves, they don't have a hazmat suit. They don't have anything to protect them from the virus.
So what do you do about that?
I want to tell them, put on a mask, put on some gloves, put on a hazmat suit. Just don't get the virus. Because if you come back here and I get the virus, I'm beating you up when I survive.
Contact the author for your copy. Soundtrack produced by DJ Shaheem. Audiobook produced by Angie B. Productions.
Oh, here it goes.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back.
I'm waiting over as much as I can go. Hi.
Hi, Alex.
Hi. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, Ginger. All right. Talk to you
And this is
later.
the fuzzy that tried to steal my headphones before.
Hi, Kitty.
Thank you, by the way, for the birthday wishes.
You're very welcome.
Okay.
Okay,
I'm
so
taking your headphone out.
Sorry, honey. Thank you.
Pull it on my brain.
all right. So tell us, is your daughter part of the book that we just saw?
She is. Yeah, she is. She is so cute to just hear that recording of her. She was so little then, but she did write a contribution out of the mouths of babes, and she was talking about how difficult it was really difficult for her in terms of, imagine being a little kid and you see that some adults aren't doing what they're supposed to do. I'm trying to force her to put her mask on, and she's like, well, that person isn't wearing a mask, and what can I say? I was really neurotic in the beginning, just spraying our clothes and our shoes whenever we would go out. And so that's why she said that about the hazmat suit, because I used to say to her, if I could just put you in a little hazmat suit, then I would, and then I wouldn't have to worry about you. I was so scared that something was going to happen. This was before they had the vaccine for children. So she did write a couple of contributions just talking about how difficult it was to switch from being in a classroom every day to only seeing a bunch of your friends' heads and your teachers' heads on a computer. And although I make her lunch every day for school, there was a big difference between the sandwich that I send her with now and at the time we would have like chicken and real food for lunch because we were here. What else did we have to do? Of course I'm going to make you a real lunch. So yeah, she was a big advocate of masks. She still is. They have to wear masks at school, so I try and get her designer ones and things with anime or things that are fun so that she wants to wear it. But she has asthma, and sometimes there are just some days where she just does not want to wear that mask, but
There's a
she
little.
understands. Yeah, I definitely, I get tired of the mask too.
Yeah.
Oh God, but we all do what we have to do. But yeah, she did write some of it, and she also narrated one of hers. I believe. I think one of her contributions. She just read it herself, so that was in the audio book of her
Awesome.
own her contribution. Yeah,
I love that. That's so
Me too.
thank
awesome.
you.
That's so awesome. And then tell us about the audiobook version.
So, I love the audiobook version because one thing about this computer world is that it's nice to pick up a book, but it's even nicer to just lay back and listen to the words of a book and delve into your own imagination. So, one thing about the Confinement Chronicles, some of it was sad and depressing, but my portions were funny. I had one contribution about the pizza man. We would still order pizza, and he became like my friend. I literally knew his name and everything, and so we had fun with the narration part of that because I was allowed to read my contribution for that, and so I threw in a little humor with it and things like that. So I really like the whole thought of audiobooks and ASMR and things like that. Just another way of getting some type of entertainment in versus the old fashioned way of just holding a book, which there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just a little easier to sit back and listen to a book versus having to hold it and read it. So
Right.
have fun with that.
That's awesome. All right. And then you wrote several stories in the book. Please tell us about one of your stories. Was that the pizza one you just told
Yeah, I
us?
like the pizza one, and then the doors of the church closing, and then there were a couple of other ones that I wrote that are kind of hard to read now. I can't remember uh, the actual names of each and every one, but there was one where I was just talking about how um, when my daughter goes to school, when she actually goes to school and I actually go to work, then there's a separation there. You have an opportunity to go into your own world where you're not mommy all day, or you're not
Mhm.
an employee all day and things like that. And it was
Yeah.
really getting depressing to not have some place to run away to. I mean, we have a two-story house, so I would go in the basement, but she was still upstairs, and so just it was very um it was like writing a diary for me. The Confinement Chronicles were, because
Yeah.
it gave me an opportunity to speak about different things that I was thinking about and that I was going through at the time. And like you said, we were all going through different things, and
Yeah.
we can all relate in some way.
Oh
But
yeah.
I have a twin sister who is an educator, but she doesn't have any children, so she couldn't relate to me being a parent on the virtual side, whereas I couldn't relate to her being a teacher on the virtual side. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, it was a great experience altogether, and hopefully I'll be encouraged to finish a book. Cindy, we have to finish our books.
Yeah.
Wanda, we just have to finish our books. It's, before it
Absolutely.
gets too far down the line, and then we can't
Yeah.
think of how to end them.
Oh, and the
So,
great thing on that is I actually found part of the book that I had started writing before, so I don't have to start completely from scratch.
right,
I'm
that
so happy
helped.
because that was a lot. That was like, I think, 30 pages front and back, so
Wow.
quite a little bit written.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. That's
Nice.
great. Yeah, we have to finish those.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. And then if you had one piece of advice that you thought of for one of our viewers, what would that be?
Wow. I would have to say, don't procrastinate, because life is too short. It really
Yeah.
is.
Yes.
I never would have thought on March 17th of 2000, was it 2019,
Yeah.
that
Well,
they would have said to us, was that 2019? That they told us
2020.
that, yeah, was it 20?
Yeah.
No, for
No, we are
the
19. Yeah.
When it
2019.
first closed. So yeah, yes, because
Yeah.
Yeah.
she's going to the third, right. So I never would have thought when her school closed and they said, oh well, we're just going to keep the kids home for a little while. I never would have known it would have ended up being a year and a half.
Right.
So
Yeah.
life is short. My best piece of advice is to not procrastinate. And I'm saying that to myself as well because I am a huge procrastinator. But life is short.
Yeah.
Just,
It
live
really
out
is.
loud. It really
Yeah.
is. It really is.
All right. Well, it was a delight having you, Sonia.
It
Thank you
was.
for letting me join your stream. I really appreciate it. It was great. It was a lot of fun. It was so nice to meet you both.
It was wonderful to meet
Yes.
you as well.
Thank
Yes, it
you.
was. And tell your daughter we said hello.
I sure will. She's in there playing her little virtual headset game. But yes, I sure will.
Yes. All
She's
right.
a
Well,
pretty
thank
little.
you so much.
Was that her in the picture? On
Yes,
the
yes,
pretty
yes.
little girl.
My
Very
little
pretty.
baby. Yes.
Adorable.
Thank you.
Adorable. So
Thank you
pretty.
so much.
So proud of her too. I mean,
Thank
that's a
you.
big
Yeah.
accomplishment being 8.
Yes,
That's a big
yes, and
thing.
writing,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
She's
It's
great.
huge.
She is. Thank you, ladies.
Awesome. We'll
Thank
see you
you.
soon.
All
Come
right,
back
take care.
soon, okay?
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Have a good day or evening. I
Yeah,
guess it's
I
evening there.
think she was in. Didn't she say
She's in
she was
Detroit, Michigan.
which
Yeah.
means they're. I'm not sure. East
I
Coast,
think it's
maybe.
two. I think yeah, they're East Coast.
Yeah,
I
3 hours.
think they're the East Coast. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure. Because yeah, my friend Emily lives in Michigan, so and I think she said 3 hours difference.
Alrighty, that's awesome. She was incredible. I love talking to her.
Me too.
I'm so excited about the Confinement Chronicles. Please look for that in store or online. I'm so happy with the 2 shows that we did today. We do
Yes.
tape back to back, a little behind the scenes, and we had 2 very interesting guests, and Sonya was incredible. I loved talking to her. So excited that she got to talk about her daughter because I love being a mother too.
Mhm.
I talked about it the first show, but Austin is 29. He's my oldest boy. And then I have a younger boy named Skylar who is 14. He had a birthday in July. And then Austin will be 30 in February. Did I just say that out loud?
Yep, you
I
did.
did. And I'm like, my joke is, well, I can't have a 29-year-old because then I can't be 29 anymore. But
Well,
I
now
can be
you're 30.
29. I can be 29. Why can't I be 29?
Right, you're 29 in 9 months when he's 29.
Well, or I'll be 39, or I don't want to be 49. Come on. I'm
No,
54. I don't want to be 54. I don't act 54. I don't want to be 54. I mean, I'm fine with being 54, but in my mind, I'm way younger.
right. It's the same for me.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll be 20 today. 20 sounds good.
I'm 45, turning 46 in like a week and a half.
Yes. Happy
And
birthday.
most of the time, I act like I'm at most 12.
Yeah. On a good day, I'm a 3-year-old toddler, a
Yeah.
big, giant, prissy princess toddler.
I have my toddler days, and then I have my little old lady, just leave me alone, don't ask me to do nothing days. But
Yeah.
those aren't so many. And those are more winter days.
Yeah.
But I think
Alright.
everybody has their leave me alone days in the wintertime where they don't want to do anything because it's cold and miserable.
Yeah.
But yet it's
Alright.
pretty outside, so we just want to sit bundled up and look outside at the snow
Yes.
and
Oh, that
enjoy our
sounds
day.
fantastic. I don't. I'm not looking forward to our joke. I say joke of 6 months of snow because it's 6 months of cold here. Not
Yeah.
always, but sometimes.
More often than not.
Not always snow, but just cold.
Yes.
Which is fine because
Yeah,
I love to wear sweaters. I like hot cocoa. I like all the things.
I miss
But
Florida.
do you?
I do. I
Oh,
do.
we'll have to go
I
back
don't
soon.
miss the bugs and I don't miss the lizards or the
Yeah.
snakes, but the rest of it
Yeah.
I miss. I miss all the beautiful fauna
Yeah.
and the warmth. Most of the time it's a wetter warmth that I know a lot of
Yeah.
people don't like, but
Yeah.
I like it because it's not as oppressive hot as the dry heat is.
Yeah.
Here we have some days where it's a wetter heat and some days where it's a drier heat, and it makes it hard because
Yeah.
it's not consistent.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I love about Florida is it's consistent year round. It's a wetter because we're right on the ocean. It's wetter there, so you get
Yeah.
used to it. Here you get
Yeah.
thrown for a loop. One day it might be hot and dry, the next day
Yeah.
it's hot and wet, and then it's just we have our weird off cold day right in the middle of summer sometimes, and you're like, thought it was summer.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, we better wrap up the episode. It was so lovely to see you again. So lovely
Yes.
to have Sonya on the show.
It was.
Thank you to Angie and Barbie B. And we love you.
We love you.
Oh, and happy birthday, because by the time this airs, it'll be your birthday, and we love
Yep.
you. And hopefully you love Serenity's surprise.
Yes, I will. I know I will because Alex thinks big.
I mean,
when
Alex,
it,
I'm sorry.
And don't forget, everyone, to tune in and watch and
Oh,
to
yes.
ask us questions because you asking questions helps us grow. And as we grow, you'll grow too.
Yeah,
And not
absolutely.
just business wise, but as people in general too. We love to interact with all of you.
We do. And remember, we air Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. We'll see you then. Thank you,
Bye,
everybody.
everybody.
Love you.
Confinement Chronicles. This next contribution was written by my baby sister, Sonya Bennett. It is entitled, "And the Band Played On." For as long as I can remember, music has been a part of my life. 45s spinning on the record player while we cleaned up on Saturday mornings, learning to play the violin in 3rd grade, singing in the cherubic young adult Mumford High School choirs, and the list goes on. My father is a singer. My sister is a former pianist. My mother loved dancing, and one sister is a cellist. Music has always surrounded me. I think of the Titanic, and as the ship's occupants were evacuating, according to the movie, the band played on. In the midst of this pandemic, I think of that tenacity and dedication as seemingly everything around us is deteriorating. Contact the author for your copy. Soundtrack produced by DJ Shaheem. Audiobook produced by Angie B. Productions.